Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. Welcome to February. Hope you're having a good month this 1 or 2 days into it. Got the Super Bowl going on tomorrow, and I spent a good portion of the day over at Mike Ely's working with Larry on the 1970 LS6 Chevelle. So we'll have a lot of videos to shoot of that car as we finally get some parts rolling on that thing. You know, when you start with a bare frame, you got lots of little details, a lot of 50 years of rust to get off the frame, and every little nut and bolt's got to be touched on it. So, you know, we got a long road ahead of us, but we got a nice little start today. We farted around with the front end, just like I'm going to show you this month. We did brakes on the 66 Chevelle frame here. But just so you know, for the month of February, of course, we got our next meeting coming up at Jeff Stanek's at Railroad Depot in Medina, Ohio. I'll put the address to that place, and hopefully that works out. My apologies to Jeff. I thought we were going to have the January meeting at Redline Design, and Jeff said, hey, I thought you were going to have it out here at Railroad Depot, and I messed up. And then we didn't have it at Redline Design, so we've been kind of screwed up as where we're having our meetings, but hopefully this works out. And then, of course, this is already in the books and scheduled. February 23rd, we'll be out at Yorktown Lanes in Parma, Ohio, bowling. So our annual winter outing, you know, kind of pick yourself up, get yourself out of the house, and blow the stink off. You know, it doesn't matter if you bowl or not. We'll do a 50-50 and have a good time out there. So, things are progressing along nicely as we get rolling for Autorama in March. We've got 15 cars all organized with that. We had a bit of a confusion, and I'll send out a new list of everybody there. And of course, I missed Grant on the list, and I apologize for that, but somehow his entry got lost by the IX Center, and we got it all straightened out, and we'll have a lot of fantastic cars in there. I'd hoped to get this car in there, but I think I decided to kind of say, nah, I won't get done. I'll take my time on this, and we'll get this car going in the spring sometime. So, other things going on, boy, the registrations have been flying in for the Chevelle show in July 31st, August 1st. Christmas in July is the theme of the show. And of course, we're shooting for 100 1970 Chevelles there. We've got about 35 or so 70 Chevelles signed up for the show. So we got a ways to go there. But in total, we're up to 130 entrants for the show. That is great for January. You know, we only got 200 spots on the lot, and we're going to fill them up, 70 more cars, no problem. I feel we'll fill it up by Autorama. So that's great. So get your registration in. I noticed a lot of you members haven't got your registration in, so send it in so you can be part of the show. We need to get back into planning on that. We've got some different ideas for the show field out there. So we need to get back together and put our heads together and figure that out. So, not too much for the newsletter this month. I hope you enjoy what I do have. You might have seen it on Facebook already. I didn't have really much time to shoot new stuff. So it is what it is. And maybe we'll have some other people present on the newsletter today, and maybe we won't. But hey, I sent an email out to everybody asking for information, so you know, feel free to send it in, and I'll do what I can with this newsletter. So that's it. I think I covered it all. We're gonna get back to work on the 66 Chevelle here with the LS motor. See ya!
Chevelle Club fans, here we are at Gargoyle Garage, working on the Ultra van. Could use more help down here if anybody's interested. There's Philco. He's mounting up the front brake lines. The plan is Dan wants to drive this into the Autorama. So I'll give you a little, Dan's got the floor down, just sitting in here. Say hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
So we're back here. We got to get Ray down here to get this Corvair engine wired up. But this is going to be the Chevelle Club office at Autorama. So it's kind of bare bones right now. We're going to put as much into it as we can.
There will be a refrigerator or a cooler.
There will be a refrigerator and an ice maker in here. So that'll be good. We'll have we could put bag chairs in here if we don't have anything else in here.
Well, I have a set 1970s couch.
We could put a 1970s couch in here.
Yeah.
Someplace for Mark Meldrum to sleep or Larry to sleep off his drunk. So we're down here working on her. We working on the brakes. Everything the kid put brand new on there is what he did. We have to do some brake lines and a few other miscellaneous items, but we're down here working on it. So everybody have a great Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Is there like a football game?
Yeah, there's some kind of a football game going on today.
Hope your team scores a basket or whatever.
So we're down here working on the old girls. So everybody have a great Sunday. We'll see ya.
Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful snowy Sunday in Northern Ohio. And what a better time to come out to a indoor swap meet. So we're out here in Medina checking things out. I'll show you a couple pictures, but it was fun. I didn't really buy any parts per se, but ran across a lot of great members. Oh my God. Phil Wojnarski, Rich Rutt, Big Mike and Steve and Matt Fralick, who bought some parts right out from under me. Oh, I'm still mad about that. And Jeff Makovich. Yeah, they're all out here checking things out. It's more of a social event than actually, buying parts and whatnot. But there were some good buys out there that the guys were showing me they bought. But I'm like, why buy just parts when you can buy the whole car? So hey, I found the 66 Chevelle out here and I bought it. I whipped out the money and I bought it right away. So we got another 66 Chevelle project to drive home. And this one will fit right inside the car, right inside the truck. Look at that. There's my 66 Chevelle. Woo! We'll probably paint this like Aquaman, make it look good. Maybe I'll find an LS motor to put in there. Oh well. Maybe not a real one, but certainly something fun to work on here in the winter time. If you can't get out and work on the garage because it's too cold here in Northern Ohio, make some models. You'll have just as good a time. And I hope you're having a great Sunday. Get out in the garage, work on your Chevelles, build your models, and see ya. Is it nice and warm? It's about 62 degrees. We're working in the garage today, so let's go inside. Here we go. All right, so here we are, January 11th, and can you believe it? It's 62 degrees. We got the Chevelle body up on the lift, and we've been working out here in the morning. Earlier in the week, it was freezing. And we had Terry Branch come over and we looked at the drive shaft and how that's going to go in this car. So you can see I've got UMI trailing arms in there now, so I'll be able to adjust the pinion angle to match up to where we end up with the engine. And then I've been working on fuel lines, so that's a fun job. That's pretty easy, just rubber hoses, no metal lines, not crazy there. And of course, we got this beautiful fuel tank made for fuel injection for the LS motor. Now, this body's in pretty good shape, but it's got its issues. And we'll have to fix a few things while we got it up on the lift. I mean, look at this little hole. It goes right through to the front of the car. The rocker arm was the location for the Parma mice. And look at there. There's their nest. Whoo! Took out their nest this morning. So we got some sheet metal out, and we'll fabricate something up there. And we got the same issue going on right here. So we'll have to fab up some metal and weld that in there and strengthen that to make it look nice and whatnot. I can see we got the LS motor setting in there. We've got a cold case radiator setting in there with dual fans. I've used cold case with our last 66 Chevelle project, the Bounty Hunter. Worked out real nice. And then, of course, I want to get into disc brake conversion. That's what I had hoped to work on this morning, but I got sidetracked a few times. So, of course, those front disc brakes probably won't fit in those 14-inch wheels, so we'll have to dig up some 15-inch wheels laying around here somewhere in Meldrum's Monster Garage. We'll dig them up. So don't forget this week, you can see there's other 66 Chevelle. We'll make that a project someday too. But don't forget this week we've got our meeting at Great Lakes Fence, 11111, lots of ones, Broadway Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. Mike Ely will be hosting that. We appreciate that. We had planned on having our meeting at Red Line Design, but apparently Eric is not ready for us, so we'll have to change that to a different date. So, that's about it on this nice warm January day. I'm going to get into some other things here. Hope you all are having a great Chevelle Saturday. Probably watching the Mecum auction on TV. Whew, that Mustang sold for $3.4 million. Boy, this LS owned by Meldrum ought to sell for 3.5. Yeah, I wish. But anyway, we'll get back at it here. And I hope all you guys are having a great Chevelle day out in your garage too. Get out there and work on your Chevelles. And don't forget to sign up for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Show July 31st and August 1st, which will be Christmas and July. So entries keep coming in every week. Matter of fact, so many entries came in this week, I broke my deposit stamp. So that was a good thing. But anyway, get your entries in. If you're looking for the file, I'll show you where it's at on our Facebook page. If you're on a mobile app, you'll be able to download it and print it when you're near a printer. Okay, that's it. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Hey mate, Mark Meldrum out here, Northern Ireland Chevelle Club. Well, maybe Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, but I got the hat on. I got the Pinky Blinders hat on today. I've been watching that series. God, I just love it. You know, Patty went over to Ireland last year with her sister and met up with Liam and Liz, great Chevelle owners over in Ireland, and brought me back this hat, like I say. And I've been watching this Pinky Blinders series on Netflix, and I'm really caught up on that. I'm on season 4 watching it. Oh, I've been binge watching that. But hey, I got to get out here in the garage and show you guys how to build some Chevelles. So it's snowing again out here in Northern Ohio, Northern Ireland, Ohio. And we're working on disc brakes. Bought this kit from Ground Up over Christmas time. Had a heck of a discount. I think it was like 20% off, free shipping. Couldn't go wrong. It is slotted and disc rotor. It's not Brembo brakes, but I just wanted to replace the front drum brakes because I think this LS motor is going to need some slowing down, if you know what I mean. It have a few more horsepower than that little 6-cylinder we had in this thing. So you can see I've been packing the grease. Oh, I love to pack grease, nice and messy. And this thing, this already has the seat installed. So I put some grease in there, and I've got this all lubed up now. We're going to set the bearings down in there, and let's see, find a little rag here. My hand's wiped off just a tad so I don't get grease all over the place. It's a messy job. Got the seal that's going to go right on top of here. Okay, make sure it starts a little bit. I don't have any fancy tool to put in that. I found an old pulley sitting in the cabinet over there, a little hammer, and we're just going to tap it in there until we feel that it is fully seated. All right, there you go. So we'll continue on with this project on this fine Saturday, and we'll show you some tips and tricks along the way. So Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio, Ireland, Chevelle Show in Meldrum's Monster Garage. Let's go tip a pint, eh? See ya! All right, so hopefully you can see what's going on here. You can see that back here I've got a new spring installed, and this is a small block spring. I had big block springs in here, so since I was going to have this all apart, another good opportune time to change over to disc brakes. So one thing that kind of bit me in the butt last weekend were these little steering wheel, kind of shaped like a C here, gonna fit right back here. These holes here on the earlier 66, probably 64, 65 Chevelles, they were not half-inch holes. So the bolt that we're using for this new kit, which is half-inch, wouldn't go through. So I ordered up a new set so that, you know, we'll go through there. So that's one of the troubles you might run into with this conversion kit. So you can kind of see I've got this almost pre-assembled here a little bit, and I've got this steering linkage already hooked up back here, and of course this is the disc brake holder. That's going to go on first up here. Of course, let's get it all straightened out here. There we go. It's going to go like that. I didn't practice this, so it is what it is. You can probably see I've got some grease on there, and I'm going to put this top bolt in first. Hopefully you can see that. Thread that in just a little bit, just to hold it in place. All right. See, I've got some grease on there. You can never use too much grease. And then, of course, we're going to put the bolts through here, and you got to get everything to line up now. You got a couple pieces back there on the steering, and of course, this isn't going to cooperate for the camera as usual. But there we go. Little tap there. Alright, so I can feel it coming through there. And of course we got a nut that's going to go on the back side. That's a locking nut. We'll get it started. Let's see here. And we'll get everything, of course, lined up there. Of course, like I said, it's a little bit of a struggle, but cut, and we'll come back all back together. Alright, so we got this all tightened up here, these three mounting bolts, and of course you got some locking tabs for this top one that you're going to have to bend over. So just going to tap that into place. There we go. Got that one, and of course that one. And we are all set there. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is, of course, we've already got the bearing installed, and we're going to slip this on. Once again, I've got a lot of grease on there. I got my cap protector on there to protect that right now. Get the plastic out of the way, and we're going to put in our whole disc assembly there. Alright, so now we got this front race all greased up with some nice high temperature grease, and of course we're going to set that right on there. Okay, spin it a little bit, make sure it's okay. Now we're going to take the front nut here, and we're going to put that on. Alright, we're on the other side now, and hey, just remembered I forgot a part, so don't forget, got a little notched washer there that goes on there before you put the nut on. So we'll take the other side apart and put that back in. Going too fast, but you know how to do it. All right, so then you can see I got this on here now, but I had to go track down an 1/16 wrench, and you're going to tighten that up. Of course, you don't want to go too tight because now it doesn't really turn that good. So I'm going to back off. I made sure it was seated, and I'm going to back off a little bit here so that it spins freely and there's no play there. So now we'll get it to line up with a hole there so we can stick our cotter key through there. All right. Get that bent over, of course. Probably got too big of a cotter key in there. But what I wanted to show you was something really cool. You can see this. I don't see these too often. They fit inside the grease cap here. I don't know if they are meant to swirl the grease around or whatnot, but you know, once again, never can have too much grease in there, so we'll put a little bit there. We'll put a little bit more in the cup so it's got some grease to grab from if it needs it in the future. And of course we'll put the grease swirler in there, put the cap on, and of course we'll knock this in here. Okay, you can see that spins freely now. Good shape there. And of course we got grease everywhere. So we're going to start to clean this off to get rid of the grease with some good PB Blaster made here, right here in Cleveland, Ohio. PB Blaster. And we'll get that all cleaned up and ready to go. Ready for putting the disc brake on. Make everything. It does have it left and the right side. You can see this is the left, and we are working. That means driver's side, and we're wanting to make sure that the bleeder screw is pointed up. It's another way to double check yourself. And of course, you're just going to slide it on there. These handy dandy Allen bolts, and they're got a fine thread, and they're going to go in top and bottom here. And of course you gotta finagle everything again to get it to line up again. So we'll tap here and there, not gonna hurt anything. Of course they had to dig out. These professional mechanics are laughing at me. I'm in here in a nice halfway warm garage. Of course it is kind of cold today, and trying to get everything to line up here. There we go. And of course you struggle with finding the right tools. Of course I had to get a all right, I'll show you this on the passenger side. So don't forget, you've got a bolt here, special bolt. It's got a little hole in it right there. I don't know if you can see that. And of course you got two washers. One's going to go on either side of that, and then the hose is fitting is going to get clamped in between there. So I'll show you that. All right, there you can see the hose is on there now. You got a washer on this side, a washer on that side, and I'm not going to tighten it up because we'll need to decide where this hose gets so it doesn't get bound up and rub against the frame as the wheels turn from side to side. Okay? So, all right, the kit's quite comprehensive, and it comes with a cool little clamp here, but we've already got the original style on here, and I think it's a little bit nicer, and so we're gonna pitch that, and we'll stick with the original. But you can see the hose goes right there, okay, and then you got a little clip to hold it in place, and voila, there you go. You got the brake assembly installed. We'll turn this side to side and make sure we're not hitting the hose on anything. And then of course we've got the tubing to go up to the master brake assembly, which we'll do at a later time. So we'll get to work on the other side. Hopefully you enjoyed this from Meldrum's Monster Garage and Pinky Blinders. And get out in the garage, work on your Chevelles. I know it's cold outside, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. See ya! All right, here we go. Been working on the frame today on this beautiful 1970 Chevrolet. And we got some pieces on. We're missing some pieces, but this is a commercial brake. So we have stopped.
Pizza time.
It's pizza time. And this pizza is brought to you by East of Chicago in North Ridgeville, Ohio. Pizza done right. Boy, is it tasty. Look at that. Taco pizza. As Joe would say, look at that, look at that. Oh my gosh. And then we got the Meat Lovers pizza over here. Whoa. Oh, and then we got, Mike doesn't want to be on camera. Uncle Larry's on camera. Getting our bench ready. We've been working on a fuel line back here. We got that popped through. So everything's at a nice working height. We want to remember our buddy Rick Hurling up in heaven. God bless you. I hope you're doing okay up there.
His lift's doing what he wanted to do.
His lift is doing what he wanted to do. Look, it's got the NOCC logo on it. So, got the 67 up there. But we're coming along. Got the Chevelle toolbox here. So, signing out.
Pizza time!
See ya.